Where do you find it? You find it in stuff like mayonnaise, which are all used every day during this season to make our hot dogs. Mayonnaise, potato salads.
The way to know if food is properly cooked and safe to eat is to use a food thermometer. Coming up in the next half hour, we'll talk about when it's time to seek medical attention. Reporting from the newsroom, I'm Natasha Trindade.
Great information there from Natasha, because I know we are kind of the type that we tend to leave the food out, and because we know that there's more people on the way, right? So, of course, those are good tips to keep in mind right
They are. I need to keep that in mind for sure.
The mayo? Oh, my God.
I know, and everyone eats mayo. Well, a lot of people like mayo.
Yeah, you eat the vegan mayo.
Oh, yeah, it's real good.
I love mayo, too.
Yeah.
Well, most of us love to get our hands on keepsakes and keep many items, and sometimes we just go overboard by keeping them and buying way too much. So that's why you're here, to help us, you know, declutter a little bit.
Yeah.
Something called hoarding. I know we've heard of it. So you've got one event that can hopefully help us fix that issue, right, Danielle?
Yes, I think we tend to think of hoarding as like this major thing, but I think we're all hoarders in at least a little ways, right?
I'll admit, yeah, guilty.
Guilty, me too. But no worries, this event's gonna help you, Daisy, and me and everyone else in the same boat, okay? It's called Freedmom from Clutter, and it's basically a giant garage sale for anyone in the Rio Grande Valley to attend. Now, this is a chance for attendees to give away, donate, or even trade various items so they don't unnecessarily keep them at home. Now, the main goal here is to focus on the donating portion, though, because all the items accepted are going to be donated to Casa Lydia Maternity House, and they're a faith-based maternity home in McAllen. Their team lends support for single expecting women year-round. So it's nice that, you know, with an event like this one, all our Rio Grande Valley community can come together for a good cause, and in a way that benefits us too, by helping us clear out some of those things that we just don't need anymore. Gently used items as well as items in good condition are what organizers are going to be looking for, and it's all happening at the house in McAllen off of Kennedy Avenue. There's actually going to be a drop-off schedule too for every day the rest of this week leading on into into Saturday rather, which makes it extra convenient for us to join in, or if you prefer, you can even set up an appointment to drop off items in case, you know, you need help with a larger or more delicate things, or even if you just rather drop off after hours. So again, plenty of resources at your disposal for sure there. Now, hoarding may sound like it's not, you know, until your entire house or office is covered with junk, so much so that you can't even see the floor, but it can even be present in the smallest of ways, like I mentioned earlier. Any of us can hoard things, even if it's just a few things. So it's best to be self-aware and just really work at cleaning up as often as possible. Not only for the productivity of your living or your work environment, of course, but also for your mental capacity. See, our brains function way better when we're in a clean space around us, and that can help us improve our overall focus and productivity. So if you think you might be able to get rid of some things, or even if you're not quite sure, just remember that one man's trash, for lack of better words, is indeed another man's treasure. And again, anything you give is going to go toward a great cause here to benefit women here in our RGV community. And all you have to do to get in on the donation and the event info is log on to casalydia.org. You can call the number on your screen or drop by their McAllen location in person. Guys, I love that freedom there from Clutter, because yesterday we were talking about freedom in America. Well, now we're talking about freedom in our minds and in our houses and offices, space.
Like you mentioned, in our space. I think it's a perfect way, like you said, coming off of 4th of July, freedom from clutter, because you are right. Sometimes there's just too many things around. We can't think clearly, and we don't realize it's because everything is cluttered around us, so our brain gets, you know, a little bit cluttered there too.
Oh, yeah.
And what a great cause. I know I'm personally guilty. Sometimes I hoard clothes, you know, like clothes like, I haven't worn this in a while, but I'll keep it just in case, right?
Or the ones that don't fit anymore, but one day maybe
one day we'll get back into it.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
I have a confession.
Ooh, tell us.
I'm a receipt hoarder.
Oh, receipt hoarder.
Yes.
Why though?
Because I just feel like I'm going to need them at some point, but it could be for anything. It could be like, you know, groceries. You know, I just, there's a drawer that I have that just stuff receipts in. It just keeps going, getting out of control. I think I need to go to this seminar.
Really? Yeah. I feel like a receipt hoarding is like a little bit responsible though, because you're keeping it for a good purpose, unlike clothes.
So we think.
So, yeah, no,
because now everything is electronic anyway.
That's
right?
true. That's true.
But yeah, I tend to do that. I'm like, instead of crumpling it up and putting it in the trash, I crumple it up and put it in my purse.
Yeah, that's the drawer.
Gosh.
Yeah.
And then you're like, then you go through and you're like, I don't need this, I don't need this.
That's so true. Oh.
Is there anything you hoard?
Yeah, you know what? iPhone chargers. I'm like, this could work. I may need this, but it's all bent and it doesn't even work, so I should throw it away.
Right.
You're like, one day. It'll
Yeah,
work.
guys, we should all go to this.
Yeah, we
Yes.
should. It's for a
Problem.
great cause too.
First step is identifying the issue, right?
Right,
That's
for
right.
sure. But the iPhone one, they're going to come out with a new one that's not going to
Yeah.
be relevant anymore.
Yeah,
So,
for sure. It's gonna be like
Oh,
a box. not
burst
even-
in my bubble.
well, no, I'm just saying. Like, I just feel like I was like more so a dig towards Apple because of their
I get you.
electronic. You know how it is.
You know how it is.
I totally
Alrighty.
get you.
Thanks, Danielle, for that information.
Yes.
Well, there is a new option to avoid drinking and driving. Find out what this new service offers that will help you avoid getting behind the wheel.
We are seeing some showers and storms that are just offshore South Padre Island, and they're moving across towards our coastal area. We very well could likely see some of this activity make its way inland. We're finally going to get a dose of rain today as we head into those afternoon hours. But if you're heading out the door, we are expecting those temps to be in the upper 70s, low 80s, southeast winds at 7 to 9 miles an hour. That rain chance ramping up just after the noon hour for the lower valley, but definitely expect those sea breeze storms to